In this lesson, let's take a look at another practical example. And for this one, we went to find an example FAQ section, and we want to recreate this on our Shopify theme. So let's open up Cursor, and let's close out this old one I had before, and make sure that you have your local host running. So again, doing Shopify theme dev, make sure that you have your local theme running as well as the customizer open. And let's go back to Cursor, and then we'll press Command-Shift-I for Composer. We'll start a new composer here. And I already have a little bit of a prompt again. So let's start by dragging in that screenshot. And for this prompt, I wanted to create a new section based off the attached image. I want to use this in Shopify Customize. And here are some of the requests that I need. Title, short description, an icon that's optional, and the FAQ blocks that has the question and answer. And I wanted to match the design closely to this image. So let's hit enter and see what it comes up with. All right, it's almost done here. Let's hit accept, save all. And let's just come back to our customizer and hit refresh. And we'll add it on our homepage, but we'll test on the product page as well. So let's search FAQ. So we can see it added the section here correctly. Let's just do test. And let's just use an example image that would have been the icon. So that's starting to show up a little bit like what we saw in the screenshot. And then from here, we can just test to see this works. We can do rich text formatting, come back and go to this one here, number 2, and hit save. And let's just go back to our store, refresh, and see the section that's here. So we can see it's successfully working here with the accordion, but we do need to make some changes because it didn't get it exactly like the screenshot. So we want to go in and tell AI to make some of those changes. So let's open back Cursor. And then I can say, great. So I see the section successfully added, but it does not look like the screenshot I shared with you. Here are some updates we'll make. Please move the heading, so the frequently asked question heading, and the description with the icon on the left side, and make sure that the icon appears above the heading text. And please use the default store heading formatting for an H1 or an H2. Please move the questions and answers block to the right side of the page. And let's just have it do this first, and then we'll come back to more styling because I noticed that it's using separators, the arrows on the right side, and it doesn't have that hover state as well as the background. So we'll come back to that. Let's make sure that it first fixes the layout. And it's almost done here. Accept, save all. All right, so this is getting much better here. One thing, we want to update this text size here for the description so we can tell AI that as well. Great, this is starting to look better. Let's make some more changes. 1, the description text under the heading is extremely small. Can you update this so it's maybe 16 pixels in size? And let's see what else we need to do here. Okay, so it did add an entire background to the image, to the questions and answers, but I want to have it so that the background only appears for the active question you have open, move the icons and the separator. So let's tell AI. So for the questions and answers blocks, let's make some updates. The first is the background should only show when you have that question actively opened. Then when you hover on a question, you should see the background color as well. And remove the line separators we currently have and move the icon from the right side to the left side of the question. Let's hit enter. And you can see here, we don't need to use any sort of complex coding language or anything like that. You can just tell it what exactly you see and what you want to have done, and AI will take care of the rest for you. All right, let's hit save. All right, so it did update that text size. We do see the hover with the arrows on the left side. And when you click into it, okay, now here we have to make some additional changes, but you can see we're starting to get there. So let's actually do that right now. Take another screenshot. Okay, we're making great progress. Let's do some more updates. You can see in the screenshot above that when you open the question, the answer has a separate background. I want it so that when you open a question, the question and the answer is in one single background. The question text size is small, so can you please update that to font size 16 or 18 pixels? And let's just see what it does with that. And then after this, we'll then go take a look at mobile and see if we need to do any further adjustments there. All right, hit accept, save all, come back. All right, great. So you can see now it has that hover effect for each of the question, arrows on the left, the text size is fixed. And even from here, like what it did get the kind of gray background, which it is subtle in this screenshot, but of course you can keep telling AI you want to, increase the color, change the color, and let's just go into mobile. So you can do right click inspect to bring up the dev tools. Then we'll click on the icon here for mobile in the top right. And then let's take a look here. So it does look like, let's just refresh to make sure that some things are being broken on mobile. So let's actually just screenshot this and again, come back to Composer. Okay, now let's work on some mobile fixes. In the screenshot, the questions are appearing outside of the view on the right side of the page. Let's update it so that it correctly fits within the mobile container. So the questions should appear on the center of the page and stacked. We could tell it, please center align the icon, heading, and description text as well. And let's just see what comes up with there. All right. Accept, save all. And great. So we can see this is successfully working here on mobile. And of course, we can keep dialing this in if we wanted to further based on your theme, your current style of your theme, if you want to make any more changes. But let's just actually go ahead and make sure that this works on other pages. So I'll actually close out of the dev tool here. And let's go to a product page. At the bottom, let's add a new section, FAQ. And there we have it. It works correctly. I can do tests. And then each of the question, you can go in and edit the same thing like on the homepage. So let's hit save. So we have FAQs on the homepage. And then if you go into the product page, those also have a separate FAQ section. All right. So once again, you can see another practical example of common sections and features that we would normally add to a Shopify theme and how easy it is. Again, we didn't write a single line of code. All we did was talk naturally to the AI and it did everything for us. In the next video, we'll take a look at another practical example.